Welcome to today's episode of AJY. Happy Monday, everybody. Deck profile day most of the time. I had to slow down, so there was no deck profile last week Monday, but I'm slowly getting used to working and running this channel at the same time. Not the easiest thing, but here we go. Today's deck profile day. Now, we have a beautiful 40 card deck for you today, and it's Black Wings. Now, whenever Black Wings came out, I don't know, I never played them for whatever reason, probably because I was stubborn and I liked my Blue Eyes. And I just kind of played Blue Eyes and Dark Magician and over the same stuff. And then I would make really oddball decks that weren't an archetype. You could just say, hey, that machine deck. But here we go. Oh my god, I love this deck. I really do. Okay, first of all, we run the 3 of Simone the Poison Wind. I got a blue, a ultra, and a purple. So yep, one of each. This card allows you to, as long as you don't control any monsters, what you get to do is you can normal summon this, but first you get to go in your deck and activate a spell card. So you can put the spell card out, normal summon this, and the spell card is Black Whirlwind. It allows you to, anytime you normal summon a monster, you can grab a Black Wing monster out of your deck with an attack lower than the attack of the monster you normal. So this one, as long as it's 1500 attack or lower, you put it in your hand. So you pick a card, whatever, put it in your hand. But it also allows you to get an extra normal summon. So you just do another one immediately after. At the end of the turn, though, you have to send the spell card, I think, to the graveyard, and you take like 1,000 damage. And you also have to banish one of the Black Wings from your hand in order to activate this. But it doesn't matter, because normally you'll get a card that when you normal summon it, you can get a level 4 or lower that Black Wing banish card and special summon it. It's just what it is. Now we got 3 Chris, the Crack of Dawn Black Wing card. You can special summon this card as long as you control a Black Wing monster. It's got 1900 attack, and once per turn, this card cannot be destroyed by spell or trap effects. Clearly, you can special summon it, so you're gonna run 3 of Gale the Whirlwind. When it's special summoned, you target a face-up monster your opponent controls. That target's attack and defense become half its current attack and defense permanently. You run 3 of that. Now, Bora the Spear. Oh, I love me some Bora. Look at that. I wasn't a fan of dual terminal back in the day, but I like it now. Either way, you get to special summon this guy from your hand if you control a Black Wing monster. Jesus, you see a pattern here? Look at all these special summons, it's crazy. Battle between this card and a defense position monster. You basically inflict the difference. So, piercing damage. Why don't they just say that? Now, that's the end of those 3 ofs. Now we run 2 Harmattan the Dust. This card, when it special summons, which it special summons itself once again, but when it does that, you can target another monster, and his level will go up by whatever that level is. So 4, he will go to a level 6. That comes in handy for the next 2 of. This guy doesn't special summon. You normal summon this guy, but when you normal summon him, you can target a level 4 in your banished pile, Black Wing monster, special summon it, negate its effects. More importantly, it's a tuner. You have him, target him, he becomes a 6, he's a 4, now you're going into a level 10 synchro. I love them. I love them all, man. They all work great together. Now to the 1-ofs. I run 1 of this. If he is in your graveyard, you can return a face-up card and then special summon him out. Now, what's great about this is, I know you can only use the effect once per duel, but what I love about the fact that he comes back is you can take the card that you're supposed to send and get 1,000 damage. If you can get him to the graveyard, then you just return that card to your hand, special summon him, you'll take 400 damage, but it beats taking 1,000 damage at the end of the turn, so that's where he comes in. Another 1 of, this guy's a level 2 tuner. When he's normal summoned, you target a level 4 or lower Blackwing in your graveyard. Special summon it defense. Kalut. You could be running more. I only run one just because it comes in handy sometimes, but I don't know if you watch Progression series, you send Kalut during damage step, whether it's your opponent's turn, your turn, whatever, and your monster will go up by his attack, which is 1400. So it doesn't matter if you're attacking, being attacked, it's what he does. And the Orshi the Squall. Level 1 tuner. If you control a monster, you can special summon him. If you sent to the graveyard for synchro material, you could target one monster on the field, change its battle position. Alright, that's the end of the Blackwing guys. 1 Pankratops, 1 Dark Magician, and 1 Red Eyes Black Dragon. Clearly, we played Dragoon. That's it. Monsters. 3 Black Whirlwind. This is the card here. When a Blackwing monster is normally summoned to your field, you can add a Blackwing monster from your deck to your hand with an attack less than that monster. I would have more than these. I'd probably run 2 or 3, but I only have 1. Allure of Darkness, draw 2, banish 1 dark monster. Once again, that guy, when you normal summon, he, gets your banished monster. So it doesn't really matter too much when you banish. Red Eyes Fusion is a 1-of, and Super Polymerization is a 1-of. They're all dark, plus I run the Anaconda in here, and he can take one of your opponent's monsters and make it dark if it's not, and then you can go ahead and steal to make Starving Venom. Called by and Monster Reborn, self-explanatory. Delta Crow. If you control a Blackwing monster, destroy all face-down spell and trap cards your opponent controls. If you control exactly 3 monsters, you can activate this from your hand. Do you realize with all these special summons how easy it is to get 3 Blackwing monsters on the field? It is incredibly easy. So yes, blowing up all of their all their face-down spell and traps. God, I love it. Black Sonic. When an opponent's monster declares an attack on a Blackwing monster you control, banish all face-up attack position monsters your opponent controls. If you control exactly 3, you can activate this from your hand. Once again, if you know you have 3 out there, keep it in your hand, and it's kind of like a, as long as they don't pop your cards, you're good to go. Otherwise, you can just lay it on the field and, whatever. It's a mirror force for Blackwings. Blackbird Close, around 2. It's a negate when they activate, when your opponent's monster activates an effect. You can send a face-up Blackwing monster you control to the graveyard, negate the activation. If you do, destroy it. Then you can special summon 1 Black-Winged Dragon from your extra deck. If you control a Blackwing Synchro monster or Blackwing Dragon, you can activate this card from your hand. It's a negate, and it special summons a monster from the extra deck. Yeah, I'm definitely going to want to use that. 2 different dimensional grounds. You could probably run 3 of these and maybe, drop the DD Crows and do something else. But whatever, I run 2 and 2 here. This one is any monster sent to the graveyard is banished that turn. You're just going to play this on your opponent's turn anyway, so it kind of ruins their day when every monster they got is banished. So that sucks. And 2 DD Crow to banish some more cards from their graveyard. That's it. It's a 40 card deck. It is good. It's incredible. Seriously, man, just put this thing together on what do you call it? Dueling Book or Nexus or whatever. Just put this together and see what you think. It's incredible, and it's fun, and it's incredible. Can't say that enough. Now, okay, for the extra deck. Sometimes I think about changing a card or 2, but this one just seems to work for me, so it's what I'm going to use right now until I'm dead set on another variant. But Phoenix and Unicorn. Probably should have had my high rarity ones in here, but we were in the testing stage, so I was just doing what I could. Boral Sword and Ominous Omen, which you can make this card with winged beast monsters, and yeah, it comes out and it banishes a card. Then you attack and destroy a card, and then phase you're going to banish another card. This guy is great. Plus, if you destroy it, you get to go and grab a monster out of your deck. So, put it to your hands. Great. These two heavy hitters are incredible. I almost thought about running like a little tiny Tri-Brigade package, like maybe a couple Nervals in here, and then you could, easily go into this guy. But, Nerval, I gotta further test it. I'm not sold on it yet. I haven't got the exact numbers, I guess, because when I tried it, it didn't really flow that well. So yeah, the Rainstorm, just Synchro 5, but you try to get different levels of Synchro because at certain times you have different monsters on the field. It's weird, but you're never gonna just have 8 and only 8. No, you're gonna have 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. It goes crazy. This guy though, if you synchro summon using a Blackwing monster, it's treated as a tuner. Once per turn, when this card synchro summon, you can target Assault Blackwing monster in your graveyard and special summon it. During your main phase, this card's in your graveyard because they were sent there this turn. You can banish one other Assault Blackwing and special summon this card. That's what he's good for. Obsidian Hawk Joe. You can target a level 5 or higher winged beast monster in your graveyard, special summon it. During either player's turn, when your opponent activates a card or effect that targets this card, or when your opponent targets this card for an attack, you can target another Blackwing monster you control that would be an appropriate target. And now that becomes the target. My two ultra rares. I said ultra. My two ultimate. So I should say alties. My two alties. The first one, Raikiri, the Rain Shower. If he's special summoned with a Blackwing monster, he becomes a tuner. Once per turn, you can target cards your opponent controls up to the number of Blackwing monsters you control and destroy them. Most of the time, he's going to be destroying like 3 cards or more. Pretty crazy. The Blackwing Dragon, this is out the Blackbird Close thing, so you send a card, negate your opponent's thing, destroy it, and then you get to special summon this guy out. Just because you negated, you get to special summon this guy out. It's crazy. It's freaking crazy. Plus, whenever you take damage, you won't take damage. He just gets a counter put on him every time you would take damage, and he goes down 700 attacks. Pretty incredible. Alright, now this dude is your super boss monster. Besides good old Red Eyes, with your Verte there, this guy is going to be your big boss. I know you already got Ominous Omen, you got Boral Sword. Now you got this guy. He's unaffected by card effects. Each time your opponent's monster activates its effect, you get to put a wedge counter on it, or you can banish that card that, when you normal summon it, you get to get a banished card. You can also banish that card from your graveyard and put counters on all your opponent's monsters. But once per turn, you can target one monster your opponent controls with a wedge counter, take control of it, and then it's yours. Also, once per turn during the end phase, you can destroy all monsters on the field that have a wedge counter. So maybe you just banish the card, wedge counters, booyah, you're going to destroy them all. And it's unaffected by card effects. That's crazy. Starving Venom because, Anaconda and Super Poly and blah blah steal cards. Dragoon and Anaconda because Holy Christmas, why not? And we got Raider Raptor, Blue Burner Falcon. Most time, if you make Anaconda makes Red Eyes, you go down 2,000. You'll also get burned for that 1,000 off Simone. So this is perfect because then, if you make this guy when you're 3,000 down from your opponent's life points, this card gains 3,000 attack. That's permanent. Doesn't matter if you get your opponent back down to 0 or 100 points and you got 6,000, 5,000, whatever. He still keeps that, so he'll be at 4,000. And then when this card destroys your opponent's monsters by battle, you can detach any number of materials from this card, destroy that number of monsters your opponent controls. A Raid Raptor 4 Strix, if you go into him, you can detach once per turn and then grab a level 4 winged beast monster from your deck to your hand. So that comes in handy too. and your Divine Arsenal AA Zeus Sky Thunder. Because, hey, you might attack with this. Hell, you might even put this guy in attack mode if you destroy your opponent's whole field, attack for 100, and next turn, give him a Zeus. So, very incredible. Even if Zeus blows the field up, you still get to keep Armored Dragon Master because he's unaffected by card effects. So, I love this deck so much, man. I really do. It's got tons of bosses in the extra deck. It's so easy to make everything. Everything is special summoning like crazy. And then it's pretty easy to bounce out, you know, these traps or the DD Crows or, you know, one of this, one of that, you know, it's just in case you want to put some other stuff in. Like Alpha, the Beastmaster, this guy, it doesn't matter. If you bring him out and then you start special summoning like crazy, you can return all those cards to your hand because it's Beast Warrior, or Winged Beast monsters, and then your opponent will lose. So let's say I got, you know, 3 Black Wings that I get out there with him. I put those 3 Black Wings back in my hand. Now 3 of your opponent's cards go back to their hand, and I just got this bad boy out there doing damage. So pretty fun. Sonic Stun, one of my new favorite cards. When your opponent, and this works in any deck, when an opponent's monster declares an attack, negate the attack. Then you can special summon 1 TG monster or a 1 level 4 or lower tuner, which is what you're going to do because I don't have TG monsters. So level 4 or lower tuner from my hand or deck, special summon it. Negate an attack, special summon a monster. Yeah. I'm definitely going to run 3 of them. Negate a bunch of attacks, special summon a bunch of monsters in one turn. Evenly matched, 3 evenly. And finally, 3 Dark Ruler, no more for those pesky monsters. This is a going second deck, clearly. So, yeah. You can go first, there's no problem. You can go first and go instantly into Armor Master, and then, you know, maybe make Dragoon right after that, depending on what kind of hand you open. And it's like, yeah, go ahead and play. Or you can go second, make sure you got your Dark Rulers in there and your Alpha Beasts, and yeah, who cares that you're going second? You're gonna just screw your opponent over and still make Dragoon and then Zeus them or whatever, you know. Then you can Ominous Omen and start banishing stuff. So yes. Only thing I got left in here is I played these 2. Shura is 1800. It's just a normal summon monster, but it's good because you don't have a lot of normal summons in there, so it's not bad playing this. But when it destroys a monster, opponent's monster by battle, send it to the grave. You special summon 1 Blackwing monster with 1500 or less attack from your deck, negate its effects. Whatever, just get a monster that's a tuner, and then you know, go into something in your main phase too. Raid Raptor is nice because if you control a dark monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. And it locks you into darks though, if you do that. And then this guy is Black Wing Revenge. When a winged beast type monster you control is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, special summon 2 Black Wing Black Crest tokens. So you get 2 tokens if they destroy one of your monsters. I get it, but it wasn't really strong enough for me to keep in because space is pretty valuable, and I'd rather run, you know, banish your opponent's monsters or an evenly matched or anything really besides this, because yeah, okay, I get 2 tokens, but yeah, I don't know, just didn't seem strong enough to me. I really did like playing this in there, but also space is of the essence, so it just depends. Please try this deck, man. I really love it a lot. I really do. So I'm out of here. Adios, mi amigos. Catch you on the next one.